Hi everyone, I'm Cheeseman, and today I'm teaching you how to solve the Pyraminx. So a quick disclaimer, this is a beginner's method. It's going to take a bit longer to solve, but it is a lot easier. There are some additional algorithms you can learn, but I'm not going to be showing those. Okay, disclaimer over. Now, let's move on to the basic anatomy of the puzzle. So, there are three main parts to a Pyraminx. The first one is the corners. The corners have 3 stickers on them and rotate like this. They don't really affect your solve much at all and are just really there. Next are the edges. This is the most important part and the part you need to pay the most attention to. They have 2 stickers and are the only pieces that move throughout the puzzle. And finally, there are the centers. There are 3 centers per side, and the way they rotate is they always stay in this area. For example, the red, green, and blue centers are all connected, so they just stay over in this area. And it's the same with all of the other centers. Okay, so now that you're familiar with the puzzle, we're going to go into the actual steps to solving. Step 1 is to rotate the centers so they all match. Normally, I start with yellow. As you can see, we have 2 yellow centers on one side. The other yellow center is over here. If we keep turning the top, it's not going to line up and make a side. So we have to keep turning the centers until they all line up. The more you solve it, the better you'll be at inferring where the centers are and what side they can be made on. There's only one side the centers can be made. If I try to use it here, this center will not be able to go there since they don't move. Once you've made the centers, we're going to go on to step 2. Step 2 is to fix all of the corners so they match. If we have a corner like this, for example, where the red does not match the yellow, we can just fix it. And we can even go on to the other center in which, we didn't fix the corners and we didn't line up, and just fix it too. This is a really simple step, not that important, but it does make it slightly easier for recognizing where the pieces are, so I highly recommend doing this at the beginning of your solves rather than later. Step 3 is to create a side. So we're going to find the yellow edges since we're trying to make the yellow layer. As you can see, there is one right here. The other side is green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the green and yellow edge over so it's facing the green center. If we have it like this, the green does not match the green center. It shows the yellow, so you have to turn it over again. Then you're going to bring the opposite center, side, whatever you want to call it, up, bring the top over, and down. Okay, we're going to do that again with the yellow and red piece. The yellow and red piece is already located where it needs to be, but if it wasn't, you can just put it so the red matches up with the red and you can't see the yellow. You don't want to be able to see the yellow. We're going to bring the other side up, the top over, and that side down. Now we have 2 out of the 3 edges put in. The last one is the blue and yellow edge. As you can see, it does not line up, so we're just going to bring it over. You may notice that this is on a different side than the other edges we've been doing. That means instead of bringing this side up, we're going to bring up this side because we always do the opposite. Top over, down. Now, there is another case you can get while doing this, so I'm just going to show you that. Okay, so this is the other case that you can get. It's where an edge is already in the correct position, but it has the wrong colors. In that case, we're going to pretend we're inserting a random edge piece. For example, the green and red one. It doesn't matter whether it's showing or not, because a lot of times you might do this with pieces, for example, this blue and red one, which aren't going to match with the green side. We just need to make sure we're lining them up with one of the centers. We're going to bring the opposite side up, the top side over, and down. So basically, we just inserted that edge. Now, our yellow and green edge ended up back here, so we're going to rotate so it lines up like all the other edges. We're going to bring this side up, over, and down. And just like that, we have one layer done. Now, this would normally, in advanced solves, be the time where people would do an algorithm in order to solve it. However, this is a beginner's method, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose another side to make. I'm going to choose. This will bring us on to step 4. Step 4 is to make another side. This will mess up the side you have previously created, but don't worry. We're going to make the green side because why not? It doesn't really matter. So all you have to do is take the top layer and move it so the 3 green centers line up. You're then going to flip the green side so it's on the bottom so we can make the layer. As you notice, the yellow side is still completely formed. However, we are going to end up destroying it in the process. So there's only one edge that's on the top. The other one that hasn't been solved is already in one of the slots, just the wrong one. This will be pretty easy. What we're going to do is what we've done before. We're going to take the top and rotate it so the edge matches up. And green, the color we're trying to make, is hidden. We're then going to bring the opposite side up, the top side over, and the opposite side down. And just like that, we've inserted a piece. The other edge is located here. We're going to move the top so it matches up with its center. We're going to bring the opposite side up, the top side over, and down. And just like that, the green side's solved. Unfortunately, this messed up our yellow side, but that's not that much of a big deal. Usually, you only have to make anywhere between 2 and 3 sides for the cube to solve. So we're just going to do this one more time, which brings us into step 5, I believe. Alright, so for step 5, what we're going to do is we're going to make a different side. I'm going to choose blue because it's just right here. Convenient. We're going to flip the blue on the bottom like we've done with the green. And we're going to find the edges. There's one right here, and so as you can see, it's the blue and red edge, so we want to line it up with the red center. And we got to make sure we can't see the blue. Bring the opposite side up, the top side over, and down. And just like that, we've inserted another edge. We only have one more edge to insert, and it's already in the correct position. So we're just going to bring the opposite side up, top side over, and down. Alright, so as you can see, everything's completely solved except for this little area. So you can just turn that, and that is how you solve a Pyraminx. I'm Cheeseman, and have a cheesy day.